recent outbreaks of Sudan Ebola virus has brought a lot of confusion on our social media. South Sudanese youth has been raising a complaint. Which kind of accusation is that? This is an insult for us, for this virus to be called Sudan Ebola virus. It has brought a lot of confusion. But today we are here. The doctor right in the studio live on TJ Agundaso, the Christian Link, do everything with love. He has been a very committed person unto TJ Agundaso. He has been volunteering himself for a quite numbers of months and years. We know very well that last year the same doctor, he came here and he talked about red eyes. He is always very committed and willing to help our fellow Christians into the world to get to know what does it all about, the recent health issue. Thank you so much. Under the studio we have a very special guest. I might miss something if I took a step to introduce him. In a special way, we want to welcome, but before we welcome him, we need to know exactly who he is. My brother, you are highly welcome onto TJ Agunda Show. Remember, TJ Agunda is your host of tonight. So, my brother, you are welcome. You can get into a brief introduction so that we could know you.
Thank you very much, dear listeners and viewers, those who are following us live from wherever you are. I'm called Abraham Michael, that's how I call myself, but commonly known as Caleb. And many people fondly know me as Dr. Caleb, from within and without. Within the family and outside the family, the community, that's the common name that is known. Though within my work sphere, I'm known as Dr. Abra. That's within the community where I work. So I work for Land General Medical Center for quite some number of years, touching issues concerning health related. We do chronic, we do the basic 25 common conditions within the community, and we also do home visit or visitation. In the chronic, we are very much vibrant in the way that we have sessions every month, and we have maternity services that is running at least twice a month, with the sessions of pregnant mothers coming for maternity or maternal health care seeking are divided into two classes. Thank you very much. I think that's briefly what I can do. Apart from that, you can also get me into the teaching hospital, doing occasionally, but more on the surgical department with a unit.
Thank you so much for the introduction. It has been, well convenient. I'm truly quite convenient with these introductions. In a special way, which I want to add more on what he has just said, please, we would like to inform you, those who are within Juba, in case of any health issue, please try to seek Land Medical Complex. I think so, right?
It's a Land General Medical Center.
Okay, Land General Medical Center. Please, it is a conducive place for you to seek help for your health. Thank you so much, our doctor. Today, our doctor, we always host people with a full experience and people with a heart, the same Christian's faith, who are there to stand for you, to stand for me, and to stand for everyone. So that one day, if Jesus will be coming, all of us will be welcome into the kingdom of heaven. It is Ebola, it is Sudan Ebola virus.
Yeah, I know. This may sound a little funny. The first time I read about or I saw the name Sudan Ebola virus, I was not shaken, but a little got concerned of asking the question, why Sudan?
Yes.
And then I remembered there were taggings of names and saying, the virus was because of misbehavior of such a community. And went back to the issue of people tagging in or saying the COVID-19 came from China, it's a Chinese virus and the rest. Then referring back to Sudan Ebola
Ebola
virus.
virus. Yeah.
You see, when it is written, it's written Sudan, Ebola, and virus differently. And then again, WHO saying it is as well called Sudan Ebola virus. So Ebola virus written as one joined one.
So why?
These are
okay, before we go to why, please can you maybe define for us what is this Sudan Ebola virus?
Yeah, Sudan Ebola virus is a viral disease that was discovered in 1976. It is way back in 1976 when many of us were not born.
Yes.
So this was the answer I gave to one of the person who asked me why Sudan Ebola virus and why is it that we are not aware of this? Does it mean these Ugandans are trying to tarnish the image of the Sudanese?
Yes.
But that's not the case. It's just that Uganda being our close border neighborhood, they also suffered this case of Sudan Ebola virus for several episodes actually. It has been hitting Uganda for quite some time. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this should be the third time that Uganda is suffering or getting cases related to what is called the Sudan Ebola virus.
It is different from this Ebola, I don't know, Ebola virus.
Ebola virus.
This one called Congo, you find others in Congo, others in West Africa. You know, it's really confusing here.
You see, Ebola viruses have strains.
Hey.
There's what is called a strain when we get down to breaking down some of these other species, or we call the diseases, understanding it into depths. Especially for viruses, they have strains where they change by mutations anyways. So the strain of what we call the Sudan Ebola virus was discovered in 1976, as I said, but way back there were still Ebola viruses. So Ebola virus, which was later on known as Sudan Ebola virus, was discovered in South Sudan. So the virus strain was discovered in South Sudan, that's why it was given the name Sudan Ebola virus.
Please,
but then it is known as a hemorrhagic Ebola virus. So this is it. It's known as hemorrhagic Ebola virus. But again, saying Ebola virus, we had one strain in Congo. So it's called the Zaire Ebola virus.
Oh.
So now the Zaire Ebola virus is found to be more serious, and the way or the route through which we get into contracting it is more serious than the other strain, which is known as the hemorrhagic. But now, because of it being discovered in southern part of Sudan, before South Sudan got its independence, by the way, and this was way before even our liberation movement. Yeah, you see, when you get back to 1976, it was way before even the HPLM started their movement. So this virus was way back. It was many years back.
Wow.
So now we have very many viruses. We have very many genus or very many families of these Ebola viruses. So you see, when it comes to naming a disease or things to do with the outbreaks and the rest, one of the issues, one of the things that is brought in is the strain, what causes it. It could be the way it presents, and then the location, perhaps even the people or the person who discovered. That's where most of the names of diseases, or even names of medications, names of conditions, names of vaccines are just brought in line with where it is discovered, the year it is discovered, who discovered it, or how it behaves. So when we say hemorrhagic, it is because of hemorrhage means bleeding. It's Ebola virus which causes bleeding. That is hemorrhagic Ebola virus. So when we say Sudan Ebola virus, it's because the strain was first discovered in Sudan, or the southern part of Sudan by
Yeah, okay.
And now we are definitely calling it South Sudan. That's how it should
Yeah,
be because it was in the southern part.
So this is the clarification that I was looking for. You know, they were saying Sudan,
Yes.
but it was in the southern part of Sudan.
Southern part.
So that means it's supposed to be called South Sudan Ebola virus.
But you see, you can't call South Sudan Ebola virus because by then there was no country, there was no location known as South Sudan. It was known as the Southern Sudan.
Ah, okay.
Now, Southern Sudan, just geographically, it's the southern part of Sudan, but we were having it as one country that is known
All
as
right.
Sudan.
Now, before we break to our breaks, we need to know what does it all about the current outbreaks in Uganda. We need really to understand on this, the current outbreak. This has just happened in Uganda.
Okay, about the current outbreak, but I want to go stepwise. Before the current outbreak of Ebola virus, what is it about Ebola? It's very important. Now, when we talk about Ebola virus, mostly Ebola is known as for severe or is known as fatal condition, fatal disease. Now, these viral illnesses spread so fast. How does it spread, or what makes it to spreading so fast? One, we can get it due to human-to-human contact, body fluids, blood, saliva, and the rest. These are the means through which these viruses can be passed. And another thing is even the object that has come into contact with the fluids, with the person who is having the virus. If I have the virus and then I get to receive treatment or I get to be nursed or taken care of, the beddings that I have used can be seriously infectious to the person who comes into contact with those beddings or even the clothes that I will be putting on. So these are the route through which we can get it, and this makes it a little more serious for us to look into. Oh, this is now the disease we are talking